Hello everybody and welcome to the final episode of Let's Play The Sims 3 Into the Future, and more broadly, the entire ending of this 11 generation series. It all comes to a head here, guys, and I have some fun statistics about this series for you. The entire series runtime, excluding this episode here, is 328 hours, which comes out to 13.6 days worth of content. In addition, this series spans over 11 generations of Sims, which covers the 11 expansions released in chronological order, all the way from the Sims 3 base game up until the Sims 3 Into the Future. Maybe more importantly, this series followed me for 3 years of real world time. The pandemic had just struck. I was locked away in my house doing college from my computer. Honestly, I was lonely. I've loved the Sims 3 ever since I was a child, and the next reasonable step was to share my game with you guys, and I'm so glad that I did. I don't know where Emilia is going right now. She's in the tube elevator. She's at the community center, which we haven't seen in a really long time. What is up with the portal? Why is it like orange slash reddish color? Is something going on? Oh, she's going right up to it. Emilia, what are you doing? Don't get near it. I'm scared. I don't want you to get sucked in. She's getting too close to the portal, more so than I would like her to. Where are you going? Emilia, don't get close to it. No, where are you going? No. Hello? Where are we right now? Oh, we're in Sunset Valley, are we? It's like Emilia sent us into the past, like when we first started this series. She really doesn't seem to be too concerned as of why she just came out of the time portal, as she's here playing video games, but I'm a little concerned that we just jumped into the portal to Sunset Valley. She definitely needs to get home to her family. I mean, she was bound to graduate. Obviously, I'm sure Emmett and Noel are worried sick about her, but she needs to do this for herself. All right, she needs to get back. You know, she has parents. Emmett was the time traveler at one point, and Noel is the current time traveler. I believe in her. She has it in her to get back all by herself. Well, it's nice to see that we have some of the familiar faces. We haven't seen a lot of these people in a very long time. We have Victoria and VJ and Bo Andrews over here. Emilia's gonna go and read a book, Mayhem in Utopia, which is a little bit too on the nose for my liking. Look at Gunther and Cornelia over here. How cute. It's nice to see people that we haven't seen in like such a long Wait. What? What? Roxanne, what are you doing here? Emilia, this is your great grandmother. Emilia went back in time to Sunset Valley when we first started this series. How did the portal send her back here, and why? In fact, Roxanne's last name is still Jimenez, which, if you guys remember, this is what she was named before she got married to Thornton. Does she have any kids, or is it's literally just her? And if you remember, in the beginning of this series, Roxanne had Amir like literally on day 2 or 3 that we were here. She got pregnant on the first day. This must mean that we are on the first day of this series. We traveled back in time to Roxanne, our founder of this entire legacy's first day here in Sunset Valley. And if Roxanne ends up not having the life that she did, Emilia may never exist. We're gonna go over and say hi to Roxy. All right, we need to say hello to her. We need to make sure that obviously she gets with Hank by tonight, but also that she gets to Thornton, because Thornton Wolf is Emilia's like great grandfather. And if she doesn't, then she just may never exist. No, Marty, no. Marty Keaton's trying to talk to Emilia right now. Oh, Roxy's like, oh my gosh, it's Emilia. Roxy seems to be quite excited to meet us. She says, hello. I'm gonna say sup, and we just need to make sure. Now, Roxy is feisty, if you guys remember. She can be a little bit feisty at times, so we need to make sure that these two are on talking terms. Also, like, Emilia's a diva, so the conversation can go south a lot with Emilia. I want to know where Roxy is living. It should show us on the map, right? Roxy, my girl, where are you living? This was the house that she was living in when we played the Legacy Challenge with her, and it does look like this is the same exact house with my horrible interior design skills. Oh my gosh. Oh, I haven't improved much since then. At least that's refreshing to see, right? Okay, we have Roxy now, but we need to find Hank. Hank is the one that is supposed to be getting with Roxy by the end of tonight. Like, these two were an item very, very early on. Hank lives over here. We can see that. And it says that he's out at the moment. But Pauline is also going to be a problem here because Pauline was Hank's fiance, like, when you spawn in this game. But we need to find Hank. Like, this is a pressing matter. Okay, what if we go ahead? Can we... Oh, we can't prank him. What if we wait till he's home? We can prank him. Then that'll get his attention. And we can bring Roxy and Hank together. I gotta keep my eye on Roxy, though, because we need to kind of trail her along as well. But Emilia is so hungry. I'm gonna have her go eat a hamburger real quick. Go eat a hamburger, girl. Everyone is probably so confused why there's like this girl in this futuristic clothing here. Don't worry about me. All right, it's okay. Don't worry about me. I think we should have Emilia go ahead and buy a sleeping bag because it's gonna be a very long night for her. Okay, maybe that's why the portal was red before, is because something has gone awry in this world and we need to make sure we go back and correct it. All right, Roxy is still here. She's still at the slot. I'm gonna have Emilia go over and try and form a group with her, and then we need to hunt down Hank. So what types of places... Oh, someone's home. I was gonna say, what type of places does Hank frequent? He frequents the gym a lot. We could see if maybe he's home now. Oh no, it's just Pauline. All right, so we can check the gym. Maybe he'll be at the gym. Emilia's gonna ask Roxy, hey Roxy, do you want to head off to the gym together? Roxy's like, no, Emilia, I don't think I do. I'm not in the best mood right now. Yeah, she's had a long day. Hey, she did just move into this town, like, just today. Oh my gosh, look who's here. Hank is here. Hank is here. Hank is here. Okay, Roxy, I don't care if you're tired, girl. We need to go here with you. I'm gonna click go venue with, and then we can just go to the gym with her. Hopefully that works. No, I think she's going home. All right, plan 2. We go and we meet Hank first and foremost, and then we bring Hank to Roxy's house. If you guys remember, in the beginning of this series, Hank was watching Roxy on the toilet in the first episode, so we need to recreate that. We need to make sure that happens. Hank, where did you go, my boy? There you are. You're in the bathroom. All right, we're gonna go and introduce ourselves to Hank. Hi, Hank. I'm not directly related to you, but we need you in order for this series to make sense. We're gonna form a group with him. We're gonna see if he wants to join up with us, and he says he's too tired as well. No, everyone's too tired. Maybe if we just kind of work on him a little bit, he'll want to join in a group with us. All right, let's see now. We're gonna try now. Christopher Steele apparently got a new job. Let's see, does he want to join? Oh, wait, perfect. Okay, so we talked to him a little bit more. We worked on him a little bit more. Now he's wanting to group up with us. And look at that, it's Roxy's house. All right, we're gonna go over and we are gonna go and visit the lot with the group. We gotta bring Hank to Roxy to ensure the longevity of our lineage. Hank's gonna take us to Roxy's house. I'm sure he's like, where are you taking me right now, Emilia? Like, where are we going? Why are we going over here to this house that yesterday was vacant, but now it has someone living in it? All right, we're gonna go ahead and doorbell ditch Roxy's house, and then she will suddenly see Hank there in place, and she'll be like, why did you ring my doorbell? And then those two can get chatting. Look, she's hiding as a bush now. Hiding as a bush, Emilia. She's like, okay, we could do this. I would assume that Noel and Emmett and stuff would have told Emilia about like Roxanne and basically the start of the lineage. Roxy is like fast asleep. The girl is tired. Oh no, I think she got up. Oh my gosh. Oh, okay. Hi Roxy. How are you? She's walking back in the house now. Oh, she's thinking about Hank, I think. She's looking at the door. Oh my goodness. No, she knows it was Emilia. Oh, she's taking a photo of us now. Okay, well, Roxy, I want to introduce you to somebody. Oh, Hank's over here too. All right, perfect. Roxy's saying drink it. What do you think? Oh, Hank's thinking about wedding bells. Now Emilia's complaining about video games. Can I introduce you to somebody here? Maybe if I add Roxy to our group. Let's add her to our group, and then we can kind of coerce a relationship between these two. Oh, she's thinking about him. Oh, she's thinking about him, guys. She's thinking about Hank. Perfect. Oh, and Hank just dropped his phone on the ground. Little does Roxy know that this will be her baby daddy. Oh, and okay, well, yep, that's pretty on brand for these two, I think. Oh, Hank's apologizing now. Well, I think Roxy's gonna accept his apology. Emilia is so tired. I'm gonna have her go and sleep on the couch inside. Oh my gosh, no way. No way, they're in here flirting. Wow, that escalated. She went from slapping him and now they're flirting. Oh my gosh. Oh, they just kissed. Okay, they just kissed. That's nice. Well, I guess we could say that we pretty much like secured the longevity of our lineage here. If you didn't watch the first season of this series, Roxy's first ever baby daddy was Hank Goddard. That is not the ancestor that Emilia is related to because she's actually related to someone different. She's related to Thornton Wolf, who Roxy will eventually get with, but she needs to get with Hank before she gets with Thornton because otherwise, if it weren't for Hank, then there would be like no Thornton because I don't know if she would have picked, you know, the same partner. So anyway, oh, they're going to go woohoo. Well, Emilia, I think we can tick that problem off here of securing our longevity of our lineage. I think we're pretty much set. They were about to go and woohoo. Yep, Roxy is gonna call him over to the bed now, and I'm gonna let you two have your fun. Bye. See you later. Now that solves kind of the first problem here in our series. The second problem is getting Emilia back home. We have to get her back home to Oasis Landing somehow, some way. I don't know how she's gonna do it. Listen, this girl is incredibly skilled at advanced technology. I think we can have her figure something out. We need to solve this problem though, and I think it's gonna call for some help from Roxy, if I'm being honest. But first and foremost, we need to send Emilia to sleep. I don't know where her sleeping bag went. I bought her a sleeping bag. I guess she didn't have one though, so we're gonna have her go and she's gonna sleep out underneath the stars, I guess the morning sunshine as well, because the sun is just rising now. Look at the beautiful lighthouse in this town. I miss this town. I really do. This was one of my favorite towns I think we played in this series. Oh my gosh, and Emilia's graduating in a couple of days, guys. We have a sense of urgency now. Like, we need to make sure that we get her home before graduation, because what if she ages up to a young adult without her family there? All right, Emilia has just woken up from her slumber. She needs to use the restroom desperately, so we definitely need to send her on over to the gym, 28-hour wellness gym, and we need to have her devise a little plan here. So it is the summer festival right now. She can take care of her hunger and stuff like that there. Maybe we can invite Roxy out. Now, Roxy should be working in the business career at this point of the series. That's where she actually met Thornton Wolf. Now, if she ended up getting that job, I don't know, but we need to kind of push her over to that point. So maybe we could also seek out Thornton and kind of have Thornton convince Roxy to join the business career. But first, we need to take care of our bodily functions here, and we need to send her off. Oh my goodness, there's a lot of people. Madison Van Watson, my twin, is here. Hey, girl. It's honestly really nice to see like the familiar faces. Oh my goodness, she just fell in the pool. Oh no. Now, Thornton's probably gonna be working at this current moment of the day. We're gonna have to stalk him outside of the business building for when he gets out, because that's when we actually need to go and see him. Otherwise, I don't know if we're gonna be able to see him. Also, did I say Roxy was in the business career? She was definitely in the journalism. I don't know why I said business, but it's in the same building, so that's why I probably said that. Anyway, in the meantime, while we wait for Thornton to finish up with work for the day, we're gonna head on over to the summer festival, grab a little bite to eat, get something to munch on. Emilia's gonna be really tired like pretty quickly here, so we gotta kind of put this in motion. Oh, she wants to get her little photo taken. How cute. I love the summer vibes here at the park. It's really cute. I had Emilia grab some french fries. We have Leighton over here. Hi, Leighton. I don't actually think we hung out with like Leighton and Sam and stuff when we played this, but we had some other close friends like Victoria Andrews. There were some like NPCs or some premates, sorry, that we didn't really hang out too much, but kind of cool to go to our old roots and stuff like that. But okay, we need to be more focused. We need to stake out outside of the business building and wait for Mr. Thornton to exit. It is very important. Okay, ignore Emilia. She's just flying around. Hi, Thornton. How are you? Hold on. You're my great grandpa. Don't leave. No, Thornton. He just got out of work, so he's leaving in his very nice car. Oh, nope, he canceled. Okay, let's go in and talk to him. Now, this one is important because this is actually dependent on Emilia's lineage right here, because she is directly related to Thornton, even though he doesn't know it. It's okay. So Emilia's gonna say hi to him. We're just gonna have her. Oh, he says greetings. How are you? Hello. Oh my gosh, she's trying to make silly faces with him and he dislikes children. Oh, I forgot that he dislikes children. Sir, how did you have children? Like, how did you have children if you don't like children? I don't know. He had a lot of children though with Roxy. I mean, we know how Roxy was. Okay, so we have Thornton on our friends list here, so we can. Oh, she's friends with Michael Bachelor. Okay, Michael Bachelor, how am I friends with you? I don't know. Anyway, what we can do now is we are going to invite Roxy on over to the Central Park Summer Festival, and we should also invite Thornton. Like, we should form a group with Thornton. Okay, Nancy Landgraf, get out of my face, please, and thank you. Oh, Roxy apparently says she's not interested. Okay, maybe she just found out that she's pregnant in the context of the timeline here. I feel like that's what happened, and like she's scared, you know, she just moved here, she really doesn't have any friends, and she is uncertain about her future. But there's one thing that we know about the future, Roxy, and it all turns out all right. We're gonna keep working on Thornton. So Thornton says yes. Thornton is going to hang out with us today. Thank you, Thornton. I'm gonna have her keep interacting with him because this is a very important moment right here. So I'm having Emilia and Thornton head over to the summer festival. He ran on over here because Roxy did often frequent the park, Central Park. There she is. Oh my god, speak of the devil, and she will appear. All right, Roxy, hi. Let's talk to you quickly here. We just got a deeper conversations from Roxy saying, all right, I'm finally ready to try this again. Let's get to know each other. All right, Roxy. Aww. Thank you. Okay, nice. All right, Roxy. Well, I have someone for you to meet. Where are you? Oh, Thornton is talking to Morgana. That's awkward. Wait, why is Jack's mad? That was funny. Okay, Roxy. I have somebody. We're gonna invite him to join the conversation, and I'm gonna introduce you to somebody. She's saying my ex won't even acknowledge my existence. Are you talking about Hank? Yeah, Hank did ignore you quite a bit. I mean, they weren't really exes, but we saw what they were doing. So actually, Roxy's pregnant right now, but she doesn't know yet. Like, she hasn't gotten her nausea or anything like that. Like, the timer has started though. Okay, so Roxy's enjoying this conversation. She's smiling. She's happy. You know, we're just chatting with her. We also have Arlo and Lisa here. Oh, now Thornton's asking if we want to be friends. Yes, of course I do. We can ask Roxy too if she wants to join the group and hang out with her. But I want these two to talk just like amongst themselves because we need Roxy to get into that career, that journalism career. That's like her lifeline. That is what she aspired to do. That was her lifetime wish. I'm gonna guess that maybe Emilia gave her the suggestion like, hey, you should go introduce yourself to Thornton. You know, he works in business. He's got some good connections. Maybe you could do well for yourself if you work in the journalism career. So they're gonna introduce themselves, and this was the beginning of Roxy's. Oh my gosh, he's talking about how he's non-commitmental. Roxy's like, I don't know if this is gonna work out. Oh gosh, yeah. Well, I think this is how they were in the beginning, right? They were kind of at each other's throats, I'm pretty sure. Well, it's nice to see at least they're talking. Okay, so there's another little check on our list. I'm gonna assume that Thornton has kind of talked to Roxy and pitched her the idea of joining the journalism career. And would you look at that? She's level 1 in the journalism. She started off as the paper girl. Okay, so there's another little check. Now, the final little check is, oh my gosh, Morgana's hair is tragic because of my default hair placements. Don't look at it, all right? Our final little check here is we need to get Emilia back. I mean, we've done everything we know to do. We've set the sort of events in motion. Are we forgetting anything? Maybe we need to homewreck Thornton and Morgana. No, they were still together at this point. I don't even think Roxy was like looking in the direction of Thornton. We only have a couple more days till Emilia ages up to a young adult. We don't have time to sit here and wait for these events to kind of be coerced into motion. Things need to happen. So I'm gonna do the only thing that I feel like we know to do. I think we need to mess with the time continuum, guys. I think that's what we need to do here. And we need to do this quickly because if we mess with the time continuum, then maybe things will move a little bit quicker and Emilia can get back. Emilia has used her superior knowledge of the future to reset all alternate timelines. And off to the future we go. We have arrived back. Emilia made it back, y'all. And more importantly, we set the events of our Let's Play into motion. So now season 1 will actually take place how it should be, all thanks to Miss Emilia's help. She truly is the daughter of the timekeeper. So I wasn't sure what to do for this final episode. I wanted to weave in a little story, as you guys just saw, about time traveling that would kind of be applicable, you know, to being into the future, back to the future, into the past, into the, I don't know, whatever. But one suggestion that I saw that kept coming up is you guys really wanted to see the screenshots that I took. Oh, someone's getting alien abducted. That's pretty fitting here. You guys really wanted to see the screenshots that I took across this whole LP. Oh, it's Emilia, of course, getting abducted. Are we surprised? No, not at all. So without further ado, let's go through all the screenshots. Unfortunately, I only have from Showtime and up. I don't know what happened to my screenshots before that point. There was nothing in my folder. I think maybe I just deleted them, or I switched PCs, or I don't know what happened. But unfortunately, I only have from Showtime to here. So without further ado, let's take a look at those. I have 2 screenshots for Showtime, and here they are. This is just the Showtime world of Starlight Shores. What a fun series this was. One of my favorite male heirs. Actually, probably my favorite male heir. I can't even remember any other male heirs we had in the past. Jack was in this series, and I love Jack. He was so handsome, and his story was so fun to play through. He was a magician. It was just super fun. Gen 7, let's go. This is when I actually started to take YouTube like super seriously. Oh, look at Penelope's room. This was such a fun room to make. She was a witch. And look at this beautiful town. This is also one of my favorite towns in this entire game. Here was the lovely house. I think I downloaded this from somebody. I can't quite remember. But here is all of our Sims. We have Ariella there in the middle, we have Bonehilda, and we have Penelope there on the left, our witch for the series. And they're just having some breakfast. Oh, and this was Penelope and Tristan Van Gold, the pre-made in Moonlight Falls. Super fun. Here is Ross and Gator, who I've talked about so much in this series. A lot of these photos you will see are taken on a white background. That means that I took it in game and I used it for a thumbnail on a video, actually. So if you're wondering, you can also get like a little insight of how I take my thumbnails. I put them on a blank wall and I just crop out the background in Photoshop. So a little behind the scenes moment there, the veil finally coming off. And right here is Ariella and Jack, who would not stop having babies. It was so annoying. And this is Jack after he became a vampire. If you don't know, this is my Showtime heir, and then he finally became a vampire and he lived forever in Moonlight Falls. Here is Oliver. This was Jack's firstborn son, and I honestly don't remember playing much. Here's Penelope all grown up, who we saw a couple of screenshots ago. That's her when she gets older. Just some photos of her. She was a really big sim in the Supernatural LP. She was our witch, and we did a lot of fun stuff with her. Here are the twins, Stefan, and I can't remember the other one's name, but Stefan's name, I think this is Stefan. He was based off of Stefan from Vampire Diaries, which is fun. Here is Jack and Ariella with their little babies all growing up. They made some of the little cutest kids ever. Like, look at these girls. They're so adorable. I think this is the one I ended up using. If you see in this photo, her leg is kind of clipping. Here's Penelope and Jules McDuff before he like cheated on her. Here's Ariella. At this point, Ariella also, if you can see, she wasn't a vampire. And then in this photo, she is a vampire. So I think Jack turned her or whatever. Here's Ross and Gator. Here's the beginning of the relationship. This photo right here marks probably my favorite relationship in this entire game. Ross and Gator were just such an iconic duo. And Gator's Crimson Chin persisted until all the way till Ivy, his daughter, and even further than that. Like, I think Meadow kind of had some remnants of this Crimson Chin. So in the next couple screenshots, keep an eye on these 2 children because the jaw is just there and you can see it. Here was the squad that we played with. This was our main squad. They moved out together, and this is kind of our Supernatural setup. Quinn was also another really cool sim. If you guys remember Quinn, he was our werewolf for Supernatural. This is Marigold. She is a pre-made sim, and she is so beautiful. I gave her a little makeover because I think Quinn was pursuing her, but this is Marigold from The Sims 3 Supernatural world of Moonlight Falls. Super beautiful. Here's Penelope again. Here's Jules. Here's Jack and Ariella. And as you can see, Ariella is an elder. I think I aged her up when she was already a vampire so that she would be the same age as her husband. But they really love their children. They also adopted 2 children. They would not stop having kids. Like, they had so many. And then Penelope got pregnant by Jules McDuff and had her son. Marigold also got pregnant, who is Quinn's girlfriend. And here is Penelope and Jules getting married. That was very short-lived, I gotta say. Here's her cutting her cake, and here's their wedding photo. And then this is them in China. So I think in China was when he actually cheated on her. If you guys don't know, I never did a dedicated World Adventurers generation. It was always kind of like worked in throughout the series because I really am not too fond of World Adventurers. Here's Penelope. She was learning martial arts. This is on their honeymoon, and then this is him cheating on his wife on their honeymoon, which is ironic because Penelope's dad, Jack, also cheated on Ariella when they were on their honeymoon. They did some adventures and stuff together. Here's her eating with chopsticks. pics, posing for photos, them loving life until he cheated on her. So yeah, they woohooed, of course. You know, what a view, really. What a woohoo view. And then this guy came in and took a photo of them as they were woohooing. I think this is when we came back into Moonlight Falls. Here's our werewolf Quinn. He got in a relationship. Here's Jules and his son. And then we move on to Ross and Gator. So this was the onset of the next generation. We basically played seasons with Ross and Gator's children, but there's just some more photos in here. Penelope. We have one of Jack and Ariella's daughters. We have Quinn and his daughter. Just some fun stuff. Here's us woohooing in the Arboretum in Moonlight Falls. Penelope is very, very, very pregnant right here, but there's Ariella and her brothers, which is fun. I like to do the family gatherings all the time in Supernatural. I did them so much. And then here is Mr. Ross, who I'm sure a lot of you are very familiar with. So pretty cool. I liked Supernatural a lot. Here's Ross and Gator finally tying the knot, and they had a height difference, by the way, because I put a shorter slider on Ross. So yeah, when he kissed his husband, he was like kissing his neck. Awkward, but here's their cute little house. And I think that's where we pretty much left off on Supernatural. I think they went on a honeymoon to France and stuff like that. And then Ross got pregnant. By the power of fairy magic, Ross did in fact get pregnant. As you can see, here are his fairy wings. And he had a little girl named Ivy. And Ivy, when we ended this series, was a toddler. Here's just another one of Jack and Ariella's children. As you can see, I kind of worked in screenshots of them. They were so beautiful. They just made the prettiest children. And there is little baby Ivy. So with that, we can move on to seasons, but not before we cover generation 7.5. There's not many screenshots here, but if you guys don't remember, I did a mini series called Ivy in France, where basically there were three guys. Pascal over here, we had this guy, forget his name, and I think we had one other guy named Remy, and basically it was Ivy's, here's Remy right here. It was basically Ivy's summer in France, where she was on a quest to find love in France, and I think Remy was the one that ended up being kind of her summer fling. These two have an extended history together. They used to play during the summer in France. They used to play in her yard and on her playground and things like that. So it was really cute having them have their little relationship. This was one of my favorite series I ever did on this channel, was the Ivy in France. It's only 5 mini episodes and it was just super fun to film. Moving on to our seasons screenshots. In the first couple episodes, we got abducted. Miss Ivy got abducted here, and also at her birthday party, everything caught on fire. I don't know if you guys remember that. So here is Miss Ivy and Max. Max McDermott was a pre-made sim in the town of Riverview, and they fell in love. If you guys didn't remember, from this abduction right here, Ivy actually got pregnant with an alien baby who ended up being Miss Kennedy, whose face is concealed back there. This photo is a little bit out of place, but it's because I actually gave it a name instead of it being in chronological order. Here is Miss Kennedy, Kennedy McDermott. I'm sure a lot of you loved her. She was a super cool girl boss writer. She was also in our university LP, so we'll see lots of screenshots of her coming up. Here's Ivy and Max once again, and in between this, Ivy had a pregnancy. His name was Lee, and so as you can see, if I go a couple of screenshots back here, this is Lee when he was a child, and then in this happy Halloween photo, this was his Halloween costume. So yeah, everything's kind of out of order. Sorry about that. Lee actually met a girl named Sunshine Kennedy, and they had a daughter together when he was a teenager. It was unexpected for sure, but he was a good father, I think. Here is Ivy all grown up, reading to one of her many babies that she had. And here's Kennedy, Max, and Lee over here. Just a super fun family to play. Here's Max. Max got Elian pregnant. And here is the queen herself. A lot of you loved her. Some of you did not like her, but I loved her. This was Meadow. Meadow's gonna come up a lot in these screenshots. Here's the whole seasons squad. So from right to left, we have Meadow, Lee, Kennedy, Ivy, Max, the alien pregnancy that Max had, and then they had some kids, I think. Here's Kennedy all zoomed in. She was doing her brain boosting thing, and in between this, mind you, Ross and Gator from our Supernatural generation were also in the town, and they adopted a little baby named Jaden, which was super cute. That was their second ever child. And here's another screenshot of Ivy as a teen when she got abducted and eventually alien pregnant. This is some photos of her pregnancy, kind of out of order here, but here is her little baby Kennedy. Here is the Mr. Handsome Gator, handsome as ever. And also, this is such a cute screenshot because this is Ivy and Max. Here's Ivy, one of her close friends, Betty, when they were in high school together. And here is Max teaching Kennedy. He was such a good, like, a stepfather to Kennedy. This is him teaching her how to play the xylophone. Here's Kennedy all grown up. I thought this was so funny. She made an alien snowman, and then, you know, she's an alien herself. So there are all of the season's screenshots. On to university. Season 9 kind of started out with a bang here. So this is Lee, and then of course Sunshine, as we talked about. They had piled together when they were teenagers, but Sunshine aged up, which is gonna be important. Of course, they just immediately woohooed after they were both young adults, but this is going to be important because Sunshine joined our family for university. So Lee's girlfriend Sunshine. From right to left here, we have Sunshine, Lee, Kennedy, and Meadow. This was our university squad. I had a fun little portrait in their university house when they finally moved over to the university world. Here were some alternate thumbnails, by the way that the video could have looked had I chosen these ones. University for me was so fun. There were so many shenanigans going on. Here is Sunshine getting arrested. I don't remember why she got arrested. I think maybe she was doing graffiti or something like that. Here is Meadow's kitty, Misty, who stayed with us for such a long time in this LP. Here's another alternative way that the thumbnail could have ended up. Here is another photo of Sunshine after she got arrested. And here is Sophie and Kennedy, who I think at this point were an item, which was super cute. And then Meadow eventually found love herself and met the extremely handsome Skip Taylor. They quickly got engaged when they were still in university, which is super cute. Skip is just so handsome. He like forever blessed our gene pool. I'm serious. Here's Meadow, and this is when she got her diploma here. Here's Lee and his diploma. Here's Kennedy and hers, and here is Sunshine and her diploma. And of course, these two had to get a little selfie together. I should also mention that these two weren't together at this point anymore. I think Sunshine actually had cheated on Lee, but they were still co-parenting Poppy here. This is Poppy, this is their daughter, who is being watched back at home by Lee's mom, Ivy, who we already saw. Here's a little closer look at Poppy. She's so adorable. This is Kennedy and Sophie's wedding. So this is after we had returned from the university world back to Riverview. And here is a little picnic. Like I mentioned, they were co-parenting, and so this was them co-parenting Poppy, which is super cute. So we're kind of getting up to modern times now, because the sim that this plant sim is died in this generation and into the future. This, you probably guessed it, River. This is Meadow plucking him from the soil, loving her little plant sim baby. She was actually having fertility issues for a really long time with Skip. They weren't able to produce a child. So Meadow, using her intense science skills, went ahead and made a plant sim baby. So here's River, and he turns into a baby once she plucked him from the ground. Here's him as a toddler. Super cute. She was such a good mom to him. She loved him. And here's Skip and Meadow. They were in love till the day that they both passed, okay? And Meadow ended up getting abducted, which I'm sure you guys know where this is going to lead. Also, check out this weird glitch that happened with Sophie and Kennedy. They like morphed together. This next one is Little River and his flowers under his feet, which you can actually see these in Frankie's. So this sim right here, River, is responsible for why we have plant sim genetics for Frankie. He is the reason right here, him. This is when Meadow and Skip got officially married. They were engaged for a long time, and they did have a child before they got married. Here's just them on their wedding day. We have Ivy over here in her old age. She was our season's heir. We have Sunshine in the background. We have this guy, Eddie, who Meadow actually dated back in college that was invited to their wedding. And of course, we have Meadow and Skip at their wedding, which is so cute. Cutting the cake here, and we have Sophie in the background. Don't forget about Sophie, okay? Kennedy, her sister, is over here rooting her on, and they had some nice drinks. It was a really fun wedding party. And here is their official wedding photo. And then here is Kennedy. I don't remember why, but she was eating some pie at the pie eating contest. Here's Kennedy, Sophie, and their little baby Star, their little family. Here's River aging up. Of course, we have Lee in the background. We have Kennedy. Skip was sleeping with his eyes open. It was really weird. I don't know why. And then here's Sophie again. They had their second child. I think her name was Ursula. Here is Skip and his son River, and he is exiting the scouting ceremony at the school. And here's Sunshine and Lee's grown-up daughter Poppy, all grown up, you know, she's an adult. And then here is the sort of edited version of Skip and Meadow's wedding photo. All right, Gen 10, everybody. Here is Gen 10. This is Island Paradise. These are going to be out of order because a lot of these photos I did edit and I just kind of gave them their own name. So here's Martina and River. Now, as we saw before, River was a child in our screenshots, but here's him all grown up, and he met this wonderful gal named Martina, who I'm sure we all know. She was alive at the beginning of this series. Here's Martina. She's so beautiful, so gorgeous. Here's River and Martina, their proposal. And here's River and Noel. The screenshots are going to be super out of order. And here's Skip on his Sea-Doo. Interesting. Here's Skip diving under the water with the sharks. It was super creepy, super scary. Here's that photo again. This is without the edits. Here's Skip. He was crying over something. This is post shark attack, by the way. He did get attacked by sharks. We could see it a couple of photos ago. And he actually got scars on his face from the sharks. Here's River and his little pet turtle that we had. This is when we were living in the houseboat back in Isla Paradiso. Here is Tyson. So this is River's younger brother. As we saw before, Meadow got abducted by aliens and she did end up getting pregnant, and that is why Tyson exists. So Tyson is like significantly younger than River. Here's River's first day on the job as a lifeguard. He had to resuscitate somebody. Here's Tyson and his girlfriend Palmyra. Palmyra and Tyson had a whole storyline together, but they actually stayed together until the very end. They never had wavering eyes from each other, and they were just truly in love with each other, which is cute. Here's River and baby Noel. So River was actually a single father, and Noel's mom is Florida Hernandez, that is in Isla Paradiso, but she didn't want to raise Noel, so River took Noel and raised him all himself. There is Noel stuck on River's hand. When you drew a really funny moment of this and sent me a little sketch of this moment happening, it was really funny. And there's little baby Noel sleeping in their swing. And then this is when Tyson and Palmyra tied the knot, and I think she said no the first time, didn't she say no? This was like moments before disaster. She had the insane trait, so she was just all over the place. Here's Noel's mom. Obviously she did not raise Noel, so I don't feel like Noel would ever call Florida his mom, because Martina, who is Noel's stepmom, actually raised him more than Florida here did. But I guess, you know, you can kind of see the similarities in their face. I think especially in the eyes, like Noel definitely has Florida's eyes. Here's Palmyra. So this is her proposing to Tyson, because she would refuse to accept the proposal when I had Tyson propose to her, so she had to do it. She had to do it on her own terms, I guess. And of course Tyson said yes. Here's Miss Meadow. We haven't seen her in a hot minute, but Meadow was probably, I would say she was the star of our university generation. But here's her enjoying a nice drink at Tyson and Palmyra's wedding. So obviously this is her son, so of course she's gonna be there for his wedding. And then this is Meadow. So this is Meadow and this is Kennedy. Kennedy's obviously the alien that we had in university, and Meadow was like one of our heirs, but this is them all grown up, and it breaks my heart because I know that they're both passed away at this point. We had a good life with them, so I guess I can't be too sad, but we played a lot with them. And then here is River just being the best single father like ever. River spent so much time raising Noel and just putting all his energy into raising Noel, and it was so adorable. And of course River put on Noel's little plant sim diaper, even though I guess Noel technically does have plant sim DNA. It kind of just like skipped a generation, so he is not, you know, he doesn't have any plant sim characteristics, but we can see plant sim characteristics in Frankie, which is interesting. These are some of my favorite photos I think I've ever taken in this entire series right here, because this was like such a powerful storytelling moment. So many times in this series we had like single mother sort of storylines, but rarely do we ever really get to see the single father trope kind of played through. And I think this is also present in like pop culture and whatever, but doing the whole single father story and just having River literally raise Noel with as much love as he could possibly was just so strong, and I loved it. And here's Noel aged up to a child. Noel was always like such a super cute kid, and this is one of my favorite relationships in this entire series as well, is Ash and Noel. So because Meadow had Ash here so young, so this is River's younger brother. I never took like a photo of him being born. I don't know why I didn't, but these two grew up basically like siblings because they were so close together in age, even though it would be like technically an uncle and nephew relationship. But yeah, they were raised together. And of course, single father River, as his son Noel grows up, he's gonna go out to the bar, you know, have some drinks, meet the ladies around town. But River and Martina here actually had a really interesting relationship because River was significantly older than her, and so they broke up. You know, he had his son he had some other relationships, and then somehow they managed to find their way back to each other. And I thought that that was just such a cute little storyline to tell. And I love their relationship, and I'm really happy that Martina and River like ended up being endgame, because obviously like we can look at this retrospectively and see that they did get together. And then here is Noel kind of bonding with their mother. They weren't raised much by Florida. I had her pop in and out of the storyline, but yeah, she didn't spend much time with Noel, but it was cute to see that little bonding moment and cute little moment there. And of course, here's Martina. She was pretending that she needed CPR so that she could have River kiss her on the mouth. Smooth, Martina, smooth. Here is River in his lifeguard attire, and him and Martina are just loving each other. And then here's Noel aging up to a teen. You can see to the right here, this is Ash. This is actually Noel's uncle. This was the guy that I was talking about before that Noel was like raised side by side with. Here's Noel blowing out their candles, and here is Skip. This is the day that Skip retired from the medical career. He was really high up, I'm pretty sure, and he was like doing scuba diving stuff, and he was also in the medical career. And yeah, this was, you can kind of see the confetti here. This is the day that he got to retire, so that was super fun. He's also clapping for himself, which I love. And then here is our favorites together. So by this time, Noel was going by they, them, so I'm gonna use they, them pronouns from here on out. So here's Noel and Ash. I love Noel's outfit here. I think it's so cute. This is a conversion from the Sims 4 werewolf stuff, which I think had just came out at this time. So I just downloaded this outfit and I definitely wanted to use it. You can kind of see the next scene here. This is what happens when you have teenagers use adult clothing. This is what I'm talking about. Like Ash and Noel were like two peas in a pod. You know, they had their differences as they were teenagers or whatever. In fact, they actually worked at the mausoleum together, and I'm pretty sure right here, this is where we can see the gravestones. I'm pretty sure this is Kennedy's gravestone from our seasons right here. And here's our little family photo. So this is, we're skipping quite some time here because this is Noel, River, Martina, and Bailey, and Ash all grown up. This was a really weird occurrence. River and Noel were crying. I think it was over Meadows passing, but Noel's like floating on this platform. Super weird, right? This was one of my proudest moments in this entire series, was this park right here. If you don't know, this was our resort, and I built this whole boardwalk out using our own money. I built the whole pool. You know, it's not like the most beautiful sort of scenery and decor, but I tried my best, and you guys know I'm not a builder, so I was really proud of this, how it came out. Looking back at this, there's a couple things I would change here and there, but just the idea of having a boardwalk on a resort was really cool, and it's something I'd never done before. And then here is Noel aging up to a young adult. Here's a beautiful Martina. This is what she's looking like at this time period. I think I had her in this black dress because I think we were throwing Meadow a party for passing away. That sounds weird. What are they called? A wake? Are they called wakes? I don't know. But anyway, here's Noel aging up to a young adult. And then Ash, like I said, they grew up at like the same exact time. And there's Noel. There is Noel's young adult makeover. So something I should mention is Martina and River were never married at this point. They were just engaged, I think. No, they weren't even engaged yet. This is the engagement right here. This is the engagement photo. So they probably lived together for like 15 years at this point. Like Martina definitely raised a Noel like as her own, and they were just getting engaged. So yeah, I kind of rushed their marriage here. They actually got married on top of the houseboat, but you know, they had both been pretty old at this point. They were about halfway through their adult stage, so they kind of just wanted to tie the knot. Here is Martina looking very beautiful. I loved Martina. She definitely brought the visuals, like she brought the beauty back into our lineage. Okay, she's the reason. She's the reason right there. Here is them cutting the cake. Here is their cute little wedding photo, River holding her, and here is Martina swimming off into the sunset. She was our mermaid, and I did it at like the very last second. Martina and River had a baby, which we now know as Bailey. So there is baby Bailey right there, and this is how the house ended up looking. Or no, this is how the house looked when I first moved them in. It definitely changed over time. So this was, I have a whole speed build of this houseboat. I built it myself, which I'm pretty proud of. We had a little nursery for River here, and we had, no, I think this was for Tyson. I can't remember whose room is whose. I think this was River's room, I'm pretty sure. I love like the squids and stuff like that. It's so fitting. And then this was Skip and Meadows' room, and here is the family portrait at the beginning of Island Paradise. I think I edited her face in the thumbnail, so she looks a lot happier. She's actually smiling. I don't know why. Oh, okay, and we have a fire. Of course we have a fire. It wouldn't be a party of mine without a fire. Here's Meadow looking very smug, and an alien all stretched out. Here is Kennedy, who we played with in university, having her baby, and this was the beginning beginning of the resort, so it definitely like grew. It definitely grew into itself, okay? And here's River photosynthesizing as he's like hovering. It was really weird. Here's Skip riding his ski-doo into the sunset, and those were all the photos from Island Paradise. We have one more generation to cover, and it is into the future. This photo I actually took pretty recently. I think it's really beautiful, and I love the fact that you can see all the Legacy Park statues. So we have Emma over here, we have Bailey, we have Noel up here, the timekeeper, we have Bailey again, and then we have Noel. And it really just, this photo right here makes me very happy because it shows me really what I worked for in this LP. This was at the beginning, I'm pretty sure, way back when we were in Aurora Skies. I just thought Noel looked very cute here, so I had to snap a little photo. Here's River. I don't know why he's in his undies. This was in the way beginning of this LP. Here's Martina. She had a little mermaid glitch here in her tail. She was just standing on her tail. Ouch, it looks painful. Here's Bailey, little toddler Bailey. Oh my gosh, so long ago. And here is Martina. Here's Noel looking very concerned as they are in the future world. I can tell by the backgrounds over here. Here's Noel in the desert, the oasis, right? Is that what it's called? Sniffing a little flower. We have Noel holding their baby sister, Bailey. Noel looking confused. These were thumbnail photos. If you can't tell, I probably used them once or twice. Here's Noel exiting out of the portal. I was so happy with this screenshot. It looks so good. And this one especially, this one just gives me power, okay? This screenshot gives me power. Here were two of Noel's descendants, which I thought were a really cool callback to Ross and Gator. I think we got them regenerated, so they didn't stick around for too long. Here's Bailey aging up to a child and her eyes just looking creepy and weird. I don't like that. And here is River aging up to an elder. We have Oasis Landing at night. So beautiful. What a beautiful world, seriously. And we have Noel and Bailey. I want to draw big attention to this because above all in the series, like the family relationships like this were so important to me, especially between Noel and Bailey. This is one of the relationships that I really tried to push the idea and the fact that these two were super close. And as you guys can see, I'm sure we all know it was in here. If you don't know, if you didn't catch the episode, this in here actually was the book that Noel gave to Bailey that sparked her love for bot building. So we can thank Noel here for buying her the book in the future about bot building. This is it. This is why right here. Here's Noel attracting space objects with a magnet. Here is Ash. This was back when we were in Aurora Skies. This is Estella Olivia. She's a pre-made in Aurora Skies, and it was kind of like Ash's fling. And Noel just looks so cool here, don't they? Like, it's just amazing. And here's Bailey. I don't know why this screenshot's here, but she's looking pretty. She had just built Romulus, looking gorgeous. It's kind of weird how it skips back and forth. I think it's because of the way that the screenshots are labeled. They're like all out of order. Here is Bailey looking at a plum bot to buy, and here is our love Lola. This is when Bailey had just built Lola. Lola's checking out. Oh, this is when we were in the dystopian future. I don't like that. It doesn't look very pretty. Oh my gosh, do we need to look at him? Here is Bailey and Planchette on their first date. I think it was their first date. Here's them taking a little selfie together. At least we can appreciate like the good times. They did have some good times. It wasn't all doom and gloom, and it wasn't all bad between them, but you know, unfortunately the relationship ended poorly. And here is Noel and Emmett having baby Emilia. That was their first ever child. Here's Planchette, a screenshot of Planchette up close and personal. Here's Bailey giving birth to Frankie. Here's her aging up to an adult. Here is Noel and Lola making a snowman in Aurora Skies. Another screenshot of Bailey aging up. And here is a little family screenshot. We can see Frankie's green hair here because he is a plant sim. It's so cute. Here is Noel and Bailey in the corner emitting from the portal. And here is Noel's. This was the first statue we ever had, actually. So I was very accomplished. I was very happy with myself at this point. This is when we got the Legacy Park statue for being the renowned philanthropist. And here's another family portrait. We have Bailey and her niece Emilia, which is so cute. And then this was one thumbnail I was gonna do, and then I ended up going with this one because I think that Bailey's hair was just like in the way you couldn't really see what was happening, but I ended up going with this one for a thumbnail. So it's just Noel like holding their daughter. Here we have Bailey again, lots of Bailey thumbnail moments. Here's Emilia celebrating her age up to a teen, and here is Bailey looking stunning going into work. Here's Noel and Emmett. I think this is when they were on a date back in Aurora Skies. And here is the gorgeous girl herself, Emilia. Just so stunning. Seriously, we could have not have ended on a better face, a better genetic material. Seriously. Here's Emilia eating the life fruit, and that is it, guys. Those were all the screenshots that I had from Gen 6 to Gen 11. What happened to my screenshots from Gen 1 through 5? I have no idea. I wish I knew. I wish I could tell you. I don't remember, but I hope you guys enjoyed the screenshots. I just wanted to put a reminder right here at the end of every series. I update the family tree, and this series is no different. So if you wanted to start from the top and work your way down and kind of follow everything, you guys can go ahead. There will be a link in the description for the Plum Tree app family tree. It's really interesting. You can see everyone's traits, and I filled out their zodiac signs and everything like that, just to kind of see where we came from and where we started and whatever. Anyways, guys, that is going to do it for me for this series. It feels so weird to say that, and for our Lepacy in general. It's been 3 years since this series started, and I cannot believe how it ballooned and played out the way it did. I'm honestly shocked that I stuck with it for this long. Oh, Emilia's returning from her alien abduction. Oh, Emilia spin-off series? No Emilia spin-off series. I need to take a much needed Sims 3 break from playing it on a consistent basis for 3 years at this point. Definitely need a much needed Sims 3 break. What's next in the cards for my channel? I don't know. We'll have to see. And I'm excited to kind of be into this next generation, into this next chapter of the A Cotton Sock channel. I want to thank you all so much for watching this series, whether you watched every season or not. And for the final time, peace out.